Welcome to LeVy Stories, where real-life stories come to life. If you're fascinated by true, emotional, and surprising stories, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Your support motivates me to keep sharing these unforgettable stories with you. Now, let's dive into today's story. I am Anna, and I have a tale that longs to be shared. This story has the potential to shock some and inspire others to reflect on the decisions I've made. Yet, this is the essence of my reality. It's a truth I've concealed deep within, and now, at last, I've chosen to unveil it. I must clarify that the present is not a sensational story filled with outrageous antics or scandalous revelations. This tale delves into the depths of longing, isolation, and the way an innocent bond spiraled into chaos. Allow me to guide you to the beginning. My husband, Michael, and I have shared nearly 10 years of our lives together. Our paths crossed in the vibrant aftermath of our college days. He exuded ambition and charm, effortlessly commanding the attention of everyone in the room the moment he entered. My heart plunged into a whirlwind for him, and those initial moments we shared felt as if they were lifted straight from the pages of a passionate love story. It was exquisite. As time passed, the once idyllic moments began to unravel, revealing a deeper complexity beneath the surface. Michael found himself frequently distant from the warmth of home. His work consumed him, pulling him away from the familiar comforts of home. As he journeyed through a whirlwind of meetings, conferences, and the relentless pursuit of connections, though I recognized the significance of his work, the void it created weighed heavily on our union. We drifted apart, our conversations fading into silence for what felt like an eternity. Yet, in those fleeting moments of connection, our words danced around the depths we yearned to explore. It was just the ordinary, you know. We engaged in a straightforward conversation about the day's events and the culinary treats we had planned for dinner. Yet, beneath the surface, a profound sense of solitude lingered within me. A deep yearning stirred within me, a longing for connection, for someone to bridge the emptiness that Michael had inadvertently created in my heart. That was the moment everything began to shift. Our lives unfolded on a serene, tranquil farm, nestled away from the bustling city. One of the things that had lured us to this place was the vastness and the chance to nurture creatures. We shared our lives with a handful of chickens, a pair of goats, and the ever-majestic Jet, our horse. Jet was a magnificent, powerful black stallion, his gentle temperament suggesting a profound understanding of emotions that surpassed that of many humans. Horses had always captivated my heart, and Jet occupied a special place in it. He was a token from Michael for our 5th wedding anniversary, a symbol of his affection. Despite the distance that often separated us, in the quiet solitude of those endless days without Michael, Jet emerged as my unexpected solace. I would lose myself for hours in the stable, gently brushing him, whispering my thoughts, and simply reveling in the warmth of his presence. It may seem odd, but there's an uncanny ability in animals to perceive your pain. Jet had an uncanny ability to sense my sorrow or frustration, nudging me softly with his nose, a silent promise that I was never truly alone. As time passed, those encounters with Jet transformed into the most cherished parts of my existence. I discovered myself unveiling my deepest emotions to him, sharing secrets I dared not reveal to my husband. The hour of darkness lingered, embracing without reproach, a constant presence in the shadows. He became my silent companion in lonely moments, offering comfort in moments of solitude I never expected. I understand your thoughts, questioning how I could possibly draw a parallel between a horse and my husband. But you must understand that Jet was my only companion, and Michael was nowhere in sight. It was on a sultry summer evening that everything changed. With Michael away once more, a heavy melancholy settled over me, deepening the shadows of my solitude. After hanging up with him, an overwhelming sense of distance washed over me, as if we were merely two souls drifting apart in a vast, uncharted expanse. I stepped into the stable, yearning for solace in the presence of Jet. As I ran my fingers over his coat, words flowed from my lips, just as they always had. Yet, this time, an undeniable shift lingered in the air. I found myself pouring out my heart, expressing my frustrations, the deep loneliness that enveloped me, and the profound sense of disconnection I felt from Michael. I found myself lost in words, unaware of the depths of my thoughts, until a jolt of awareness struck me. I was talking about Jet, and my heart began to race with an intensity I hadn't expected. I found myself pausing, a soft chuckle escaping my lips as I dismissed the moment. Anna, you're being utterly absurd. I chided myself. Jet was a horse, a breathtaking creature, indeed. Yet, it remains merely a horse, I attempted to dismiss the unsettling thoughts that had started to invade my consciousness. As the days unfolded, I found myself drawn back to the stable with an irresistible pull, staying longer than I intended and experiencing an intense, unexplainable bond with Jet that stirred something deep within me. A wave of guilt washed over me. How could I find myself so deeply entwined in feelings for a creature when I was bound to another? Yet, the harder I fought to distance myself, the deeper the bond grew. The hour of Jet lingered, a constant presence in the shadows. And Michael remained untouched by such feelings. The reality is, my actions weren't a betrayal in the way you might imagine. There was no tangible treachery, no liaison in the usual manner. Yet, deep within, I realized I had ventured into uncharted territory. I found myself sharing my deepest thoughts with Jet, expressing thoughts I found hard to share with anyone else. Then, one evening, the weight of unspoken truths shattered the fragile facade. Unannounced, Michael returned home from one of his journeys, triggering a whirlwind of emotions within. I was lost in my world with Jet in the stable, unaware of his arrival in the driveway. I was unaware of the hours slipping away, lost in the depths of this unexpected and intense connection. As Michael entered the stable, he caught sight of me beside Jet. My words, a gentle murmur, filled with a deep yearning for connection. It wasn't until the moment had passed that I truly saw Michael. "What are you up to?" Michael's voice cut through the air, laced with a tumult of emotions, a blend of uncertainty and mistrust. His gaze flickered between me and Jet, a silent struggle to unravel the tangled emotions laid bare before him. I stood still, my heart racing wildly within me. Words eluded me in that moment. How can I articulate this without appearing unhinged? Michael stood there, his gaze piercing through me, as if he were searching for the unspoken truths that danced between us, leaving me at a loss for words. How could I possibly articulate the tumult of feelings that had ensnared me? The stillness in the stable lingered like a secret, interrupted only by the gentle snorts of Jet, blissfully oblivious to the tempest that had just arrived. "Anna, what on earth is happening?" Michael's voice trembled with a blend of confusion and simmering anger as he pressed the question once more. He moved nearer, his gaze intensifying as if he were unraveling the depths of an unspoken longing. I instinctively recoiled, my hand resting on Jet's side, seeking solace in his presence as if he could protect me from the impending clash that loomed ahead. "It's not what you imagine." "Michael," I stumbled over my words, uncertain of his thoughts and the weight they carried. How could he articulate the depths of what he was experiencing when I was still grappling with my own understanding? He shook his head, a storm of doubt swirling within him. "Then tell me, because I come home early and I find you here, your voice low and intimate, sharing secrets with our horse as if he's the keeper of your most cherished thoughts. I find myself lost in a whirlwind of feelings, unsure of what to grasp or understand. What am I meant to feel?" I inhaled deeply, searching for the right words to articulate the profound bond I had formed with Jet, all while hoping to avoid sounding utterly irrational. "Michael, your absence has lingered in the air, heavy and unspoken," I began, and I could already sense the turmoil brewing within him. "I understand that this is your responsibility, and I appreciate the effort you put in for us. In the depths of solitude, a yearning stirs within me. The witching hour has always been my secret solace. He has always been my secret solace. He was there, a quiet presence, when I felt utterly alone." He raised his hands in a mix of frustration and longing. He embodies untamed spirit. "Anna, you're speaking as if he holds a deeper significance." A shiver ran through me at his words, yet deep down, I couldn't escape the truth of his insight. "I understand," I murmured, "yet he filled the void in your absence." I began to engage with him out of sheer loneliness, a yearning for connection in a world that felt so empty, it simply spiraled beyond control. Michael gazed at me, his face a tapestry of confusion and pain. "What does it matter? Are you telling me you found comfort in an unexpected companionship?" The words felt surreal, even to my own ears. Yet the truth of the moment was more tangible than it appeared. It unfolded in ways I never anticipated. I whispered softly, my eyes brimming with unshed tears. The ache of solitude consumed me. "Michael," in my moment of vulnerability, I found solace in the presence of Jet. He shook his head once more, a deep turmoil evident as he grappled with the weight of his emotions. "What is it that you're trying to convey to me? That you have deep feelings for him. So, you choose him over me." His voice trembled, revealing a raw vulnerability that lay hidden beneath the surface of his fury, a profound sense of betrayal echoing in the air between us. "No, of course not," I responded, my voice barely above a whisper as I moved closer, my fingers brushing against his in a moment charged with unspoken longing. "My heart aches for you, Michael." Yet in my solitude, I faltered and strayed. I allowed my feelings to overwhelm me, seeking solace in Jet when my heart truly yearned for you. He withdrew his hand, his footsteps echoing in the confined space of the stable, a tempest of emotions swirling within him. The experience is utterly overwhelming. I'm utterly lost in the whirlwind of my thoughts. I returned to find this waiting for me. My wife had revealed a deep, unexpected connection with our horse. I found myself frozen in place, overwhelmed by the weight of my emotions, grappling with the intensity of what I felt and the impossibility of the moment. "Michael, I beg you." It was more profound than that. I held back, refraining from crossing any lines, keeping everything within the bounds of what was deemed acceptable. I found myself adrift in the depths of solitude. In that fleeting silence, the weight of unspoken words hung heavily between them. He lingered in silence, his back facing me, lost in a whirlwind of unspoken emotions. At last, his voice broke the silence. "Can you even fathom how wild the situation feels, Anna? How absurd this entire scenario feels?" I nodded, my voice trembling, almost lost in the air between us. "I understand, yet it remains the undeniable truth. I allowed the shadows of my solitude to obscure my clarity, and for that, I apologize. It was never my intention to let it spiral into something so profound." Michael turned to face me, a flicker of vulnerability crossing his features. "Why did you stay silent when I needed you most? Could you please let me know why you chose not to share your feelings with me?" I made an effort. I confessed, my voice quivering with unspoken longing. "Yet, whenever I tried to speak of it, you seemed lost in your world, too preoccupied or weary to truly engage. And ultimately, I surrendered. I believed this was simply the way life was destined to unfold. In the stillness of the night, I discovered solace, and I understand how absurd that may seem. But he offered me something you couldn't provide." He let out a deep sigh, his fingers tangling in his hair as he wrestled with the weight of his feelings. "I had no idea you harbored such feelings." I pondered. "I believed we were in a good place. We were never meant to be," I whispered gently. "Yet, I hesitated to share the weight of it with you. Your relentless focus on work left me feeling invisible, and I hesitated to reveal my longing for your attention. Yet, deep down, I craved your presence. Michael, I craved the presence of my husband. In your absence, I found myself lost in the shadows of the night. The air was thick with unspoken words as we lingered in that moment, the gravity of our feelings enveloping us both. At last, Michael's voice broke the silence once more, carrying a tenderness that lingered in the air. "I'm lost in this, Anna. I find myself at a crossroads, unsure of how to take the next step." I inhaled deeply, the warmth of my tears cascading down my cheeks. "I don't either," I confessed, my heart racing with the weight of unspoken truths. "Yet, I yearn to mend this. I yearn to mend what we once had. My heart aches with the depth of my feelings for you, and the thought of losing you is unbearable." Michael gazed at me, his eyes brimming with a tumultuous blend of anguish and hesitation. "My heart echoes your feelings, Anna. Yet, this journey, it will require patience." I nodded, feeling the weight of the moment envelop me. "I understand. I'm ready to embrace every challenge that comes my way to restore what was lost." He let out a deep sigh, drawing nearer to me at last. "We must delve into this matter, truly connect, about all that stirs within, not merely the witching hour, but the essence of our connection. In the depths of our journey, we lost our way, yet there lies a path to redemption." I nodded, my heart racing as I reached out to take his hand once more, feeling the warmth of his grip enveloping mine in a moment that felt both thrilling and dangerous. "I'm prepared to share my thoughts, Michael. I'm prepared to embrace the truth and seek redemption." As we lingered in the stable, the atmosphere heavy with unspoken truths, I understood that this moment marked the beginning of mending what had once been shattered. The path ahead was fraught with challenges, and it was a journey that would unfold slowly, revealing layers of longing and passion along the way. Yet, after what seemed like an eternity, a flicker of hope ignited within me. Perhaps, in the depths of our longing, we might uncover the path that leads us back to one another. And with that, Anna and Michael embark on a profound journey of healing their marriage, navigating the complexities of reconnection, and unearthing the passion that had once ignited their bond. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this story. If it touched you, don't forget to like and subscribe to LeVy Stories. Your support means the world to me and encourages me to bring more impactful,